Welcome to the e-learning series with cameras. Good morning students. Students, in our today's lesson we will read the chapter 3rd, Mother Tell Us a Story. And here at first we have this word puzzle in which firstly we have to unscramble the names of countries, and then we have to match it with the correct option of the name of storybook. As firstly, the name of country is India, and which storybook is written here? The correct answer is option B, Panchtantra's Tale. Like this, you have to solve the other three. Let's move forward to the text. Storytelling goes back to ancient times, long before writing was invented. But where do stories come from? Different cultures have different explanations, such as this folk tale from Africa. Students, have you ever thought that? Where do stories come from? Every culture have different explanation, but in our today's lesson we will learn about the African belief about the origin of the stories. Mother, tell us a story. Mother, tell us a story. Manja's children said when they sat around the fire at night. Manja couldn't think of a story, however hard she thought. No one else in the village knew stories. The village where these story-seeking children lived was in Zululand in Africa. People hunted for meat or tilled the land in the village. Sometimes they fished or caught crabs. The villagers, who were clever with their hands, wove baskets and made wooden carvings. The cleverest of them was Zinzle, Manja's husband. He carved birds, trees, plants, flowers and animals. However, he knew no stories. One day Zinzle told Manja, "Go look for stories. I will look after our home and children." Manja thought it was a very good idea. She packed some food and kissed her children. With her basket on her head and the colorful beads on her dress swaying, Manja set out to look for stories. A hare looked at her curiously. Manja knew that the hare was a tricky fellow, but she decided to ask him if he knew any stories. "You never know who can be of help." "Oh, clever hare," she said in a flattering tone. "Do you know any stories? My children want to hear stories every evening." "Stories?" the hare said. "I know millions, but I have more important things to do." So saying, he wandered off. Manja knew he was lying. He had no stories. He was a real trickster. Then Manja met Feeny, the baboon. She was playing with her babies. "Feeny," she called, "do you tell your kids stories?" "What are stories?" asked Feeny. "I'm busy keeping my babies fed and warm. I have no time for anything else." Sighing, Manja went on. She saw an owl in a wild fig tree. "Oh, owl," she called, "do you have any stories for me to take home?" The owl was upset because her sleep had been disturbed. "You woke me up for stories," she hooted. "Humans can't live in peace and are always looking for something." She grumbled as she settled down and began to nod off again. Manja walked on sadly. She saw an elephant, ears flapping as he ate bananas. "Kind elephant," she said, "do you know any stories? My children are hungry for some tales. Where can I look for them?" The elephant felt sorry for her. "I don't know any stories," he said. "But the king of birds, the eagle, flies high in the sky and sees many things others don't." "That is a good idea," Manja exclaimed. "Thank you." Manza saw the great fish eagle near the mouth of Tangula River, swooping down from the sky, talons outstretched to grab a fish. "Oh, great eagle!" she called. Startled, the eagle dropped the fish he had picked up. He landed on the shore near Manza. "What do you want?" he asked. "Oh, great and wise eagle," Manza said flatteringly, for the eagle was a vain word. "My children are hungry for stories, but we have none. Do you know of any that I can take back to them?" "Well," the eagle said, feeling important, "I am wise, but I only know of things on earth. There is one who knows the secrets of the deep, dark ocean. Perhaps he could help you. I will try and call him for you. Stay here and wait for me." So Manza waited for the fish eagle to return. "Here I am," the eagle called. "I have brought my friend, the big sea turtle. He has agreed to take you to a place where you can find stories." The great sea turtle lifted himself out of the ocean and said in a deep voice, "Climb on my back and hold on to my shell. I will carry you to the land of the spirit people." Manza took hold of his shell and they went into the depths of the ocean. Manza's eyes grew rounder and rounder as they went deep into the ocean. Everything was amazing and beautiful and unlike anything on earth. Finally, they came to the bottom of the ocean, the dwelling of the spirit people. The king and the queen sat on magnificent thrones, and their faces shone with such a light that Manza was a little shy and afraid. She bowed before them. "What do you want, woman from the Thailands?" they asked kindly. "Do you have stories that I could take home?" Manza asked shyly. "We have many stories," they said. What will you give us in exchange, Manza?" "What would you like?" Manza asked. "We would like a picture of your home and your people. It would be nice to see that place because we can't go there. Can you bring us a picture, Manza?" "I can do that," she said. "My husband carves beautiful pictures. He will carve a lovely one for you." Manza climbed on to the turtle's shell and he took her back to the shore. She thanked him and asked him to return at the next full moon to collect her and the picture. Then Manza went home and got Zenzele to carve her a beautiful picture which showed the forest and the river and all the animals and birds on the earth. The picture also had the village and all the people in it. When Zenzele finished it, he wrapped it in a piece of cloth and tied it to Manza's back. Manza climbed onto the turtle's back and they went to the land of the spirit people. The king and the queen of the spirit people were very happy with the picture. "For you and your people," they said, "we give the gift of stories." They handed her the largest and most beautiful shell she had ever seen. "Hold this shell to your ear to hear a tale." Back in the village, her children murmured, "Mother, tell us a story." Manza put the shell to her ear and began, "Once upon a time," and that is how stories came to be. Students, let's understand the meanings of difficult words. First, folktale. It means a story typically passed on by words of mouth. Second, crabs. Crabs means a sea creature with 5 pairs of legs, as you can see in the picture. Next, wove. Wove is a second form of verb weave, which means a pattern made by interlacing the threads. Here in the picture you can see a man weaving baskets. Wooden carvings. Wooden carvings is the art of ornamenting objects of wood by cutting it. Here this picture is an example of wooden carving. Swaying means move slowly from side to side. Next, fig means a tree of soft pear shaped fruits. Grumble means to complain about something, mostly in low rumbling sound. Flapping means to move up and down. Next, outstretched means to extend one's arm or hand. Grab means attempt to seize or lift something. Startled means feeling sudden shock. Next, dwelling means place of residence, where we live, means house. Thrones are the chairs for king and queen to sit in royal court, as you can see in the picture. Bowed means bending head as greeting in someone's respect.